Greetings, YouTube. Some things are arguable and some things aren't. Sometimes I make a video that's strictly a subjective opinion and you can argue about it. I can be right, I can be wrong. Usually the truth is somewhere in between. But it is an inarguable fact that we have never started a calendar year in the Marvel Casino of Champions with Battlegrounds as a mode. Why is that important? Why is that worth making a video on? Well, for starters, I have seen at the very top of the game that most people have very similar decks. They know who the best counters are. They know who the best defenders are. They know everything. So yeah, it can come down to skill, particularly if there's a similar mastery setup, right, that controls things. But that means that the slightest tweak can be all the difference for reaching the highest levels of Battlegrounds, which is something I never care about. But quite a few people do out there, and I respect that, even though I'll never be able to connect with them. So, Baron Zemo, I don't know if you have fought him yet. I fought him in Uncollected last night for fun, and I didn't have too much fun. And I thought, oh boy, if that was that hard on Uncollected, can't wait to see Cavalier and now Thronebreaker. But for starters, he has 8 synergy bonuses. Everything from gain plus 50% bleed potency for each other Baron Zemo on the team, because they're trying to encourage you to have multiple Baron Zemos on a team, which is quite unique. Gain 3% attack rating for each villain on the team. Gain 3% block chance and take 5% less damage from special attacks for each Thunderbolt on the team. So, look at that. By the way, the synergy doesn't stack, so maybe they're not trying to get you to use multiple Zemos. I used to say that, though, and people would bring in multiple Nick Furies even if the synergy didn't stack, so maybe Zemo will be the new Nick Fury to somebody if you've got a 5 and a 6-star. Probably not. Obviously, if you've got a 6-star, you want to use a 6-star. There are no 7-stars yet. But the Thunderbolt Champions synergy is quite fascinating because Thunderbolts are one of those kind of niche or niche synergies and niche tags that I don't think a whole lot about in the game, but Kabam wants us to now, except for X-23. We'll get to that. Baron Zemo gain plus 500 armor rating and critical damage rating. Helps Captain America Sam Wilson and Falcon gain 25% debuff duration and 500 critical rating or damage rating. That's awesome. Winter Soldier gets a nice synergy stack. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. We have somebody that you can use a synergy with Apocalypse and Doom. Check this out. Gain plus 300 critical rating when fighting skill or cosmic champions. Block proficiency. Plus 30% regeneration rate when fighting mystic or mutant opponents. That's pretty cool. Gain all bonuses when fighting superior opponents. Gain all bonuses. I mean, this is pretty amazing, right? So, this could be the first champion of the year. Again, I don't think this is subjective. I think this is just a fact. That the people at the top who want to stay as compelled to compete in Battlegrounds and everything else either grind for him in the arena or they chase him in crystals. Both options are often very, very expensive. So when you think about Thunderbolt Synergy, and shout out to also the Synergy member with Toad, Symbiote Supreme, Man-Thing, and Immortal Abomination. When you think about Thunderbolts, maybe you have some thoughts, maybe you don't, but that is the entire purpose of this. The update to the Thunderbolts tag as of Wednesday, January 11th, now Thursday, January 12th, at the time of recording this. Hey Summoners, the Thunderbolts tag got a big update in this build due to Zemo's impending arrival in the contest. They don't do that for every new champion, or hardly ever any champion, right? So, keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. Because that could legitimately alter one of the functions of the game and even the tags of some of your favorite champions. Thunderbolts are now Hawkeye, Crossbones, Deadpool, Agent Venom, Punisher, Winter Soldier, Rhino, Doc Ock, Kraven the Hunter, Regular Abomination, America Chavez, Ghost, and the dad bod Red Guardian. And they have removed, unfortunately, the Thunderbolt's tag from X-23. As if X-23 didn't need another reason to feel like she's needing a little bit of a tune-up, or at least can't compete with the same star rating of, say, Wolverine or even Weapon X. Is she better than Old Man Logan with his buff? That'd be a good debate. I think several people would actually say no. So then she would be the worst of the Wolverines. Still not bad, but could be better. Zemo has changed the game. We will see as more people get a hold of him throughout the next month plus what his presence is going to be like in Battlegrounds. What his presence is going to be like just as an attacker and defender in general in Alliance War. And every other mode of the game you can think of. I'll be fascinated to see it. And who knows, Absorbing Man might have the same impact, but not to the extent that they're doing a special forum post just for tag updates. That's pretty historic, and yet that's the world we live in January of 2023.